Greetings, YouTube. It's your brother Spencer once again with another version of Religious Mythbusters. Today I'll be discussing the topic of race and color. Now, as all my YouTube postings, I'd like to engage you in dialogue. Now, when you dialogue or if you comment, just don't write you don't know what you're talking about or you haven't done any research or give me some facts. If you want to dispute or argue against what I have in the Bible, bring book, chapter, and verse. If you want to argue with natural things, if you want to use reports or you want to use that reference, let's dialogue together. Come on, let's reason together. I like to reason in the book because the Bible is the only book I need against any other book or any other source. I'll go with the Bible and I'll challenge anybody with that. So let's talk about this issue of race and religion. And this might take me a few parts. Lord be willing, I'll be able to do more than one part on this because it's such an extensive topic and there's so much that has to be covered and there's so much that have to be unraveled as far as many lies that have to be unraveled. I'm going to start way back in the beginning. After the flood, the Lord had destroyed the world. Noah and 8 were saved. It was Noah and his wife. He had 3 sons and their wives. 8 people, 8 souls were saved by water. The Lord cleansed the earth with water. That was the type. That's another subject. But I want to start off in Genesis 9. And we're going to talk about, all this is going to fit in, Lord be willing. And I'm going to tell you why this has to do with the topic of race. Because everybody is coming up with this illusion that God divides people by color. And there's nowhere in the Bible, nowhere, that God distinguishes the people just by their color. That's something created by man to distinguish each other. It's something that easily can be seen, but it's nothing that can be defined. That's the reason why. I'm going to start off on Genesis 9. And I'm going to start at verse 15, the covenant that was made between Noah, his sons, and God. And verse 15, and I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. And the waters shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. And a bow, a rainbow, shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth. Now, this wasn't talking about, see now, the gay people, this is one side note. The gay people now have this rainbow as their symbol, and they're blaspheming because the rainbow was to set the covenant between Noah and that he would never destroy the world again by a flood. That covenant is still intact. As for now and forevermore, God made that covenant out of his tender mercy with the earth, or the inhabitants of the earth, with Noah, that covenant. And the token of that covenant was the bow. See, to every covenant that God made with mankind, there was always a token. Just like the Sabbath day was a token of the Old Testament. But that's another subject too that I'm going to get into, Lord be willing, at a later time. Alright. So God put a bow in the air. And God said unto Noah, this is the token of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth. And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark, take note of this, were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. I know you say Japheth, but it's Japheth really, because J wasn't even in the alphabet at the time that this was written. It's Japheth. And Ham is the father of Canaan. Now, he said that for a reason. This is written in there for a reason that he put one of the sons of Ham in here. Now, 3 sons Noah had. All descendants of the earth came from Ham, Shem, and Japheth. You can't get around it. That's Bible. Now, if you don't believe the Bible, then we have another argument there. But all descendants, whatever color you think you are, you came from Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Now, some scholars, so-called scholars, will get in there and say that the inhabitants of these people all settled in different areas. Ham was in Africa, Europe was Japheth, and the so-called Middle East was Shem, or the Semites. That's a misnomer also, but I'll get into that a little later. But the first myth that I want to dispel on this part is this so-called curse of Ham. This was one of the many lies that was told to perpetrate the fraud and to enslave people, to say that people were inferior. And people believed this for years and never read in the Bible a curse of Ham. But it was preached. And I know some of you racists out there still preach this. Now you're going to stop it, because now your members are going to have the ammunition to say, where is that in the Bible? Why are you telling this lie about a curse of Ham? Why? Because you got a lot of racists in the pulpit still preaching. First and Second Baptist Church, AME, African Methodist. What is this world coming to? All these false denominations out there with their racial divides and all ain't nothing but they come from the pit of hell. Excuse me again. I'm a little sick. Okay. I want to start at Genesis 9 and 22. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told the two brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon both their shoulders and went backwards and covered their nakedness of their father. Now, Ham broke one of the commandments of covering the nakedness of their father. That was a commandment that wasn't to be broken. And he sinned. But the curse wasn't on Ham. Let's skip down for the sake of time. You can read it when you have a chance, but for the sake of time, skip down to verse 25. Noah woke up after being drunk and naked. He woke up and he knew what happened. And he said, this is verse 25, and he said, cursed be Canaan. Did he say curse of Ham? Cursed be Canaan, and a servant of servants so he be unto his brethren. See, Canaan produced the Canaanites. Canaanites really dwelled in the Middle East, not in Africa. The Canaanites no longer exist. They're no longer a people. They were destroyed. That was fulfilled. They were a servant. They were taken into captivity. So, all you false preachers out there and all you racists out there preaching that lie, gotta stop it. The curse was on Canaan, not Ham. See, they know if they said it was the curse of Ham, they know the descendants of Ham covered a large area. And the curse, and if we'll go into in Genesis 10, Ham's sons, the descendants of Ham, became the first world rulers for thousands of years. Your brother Spencer with another Mythbuster. God bless you.